What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate reverse rants, no hate. So, getting ready to go sweat, get this workout in. But before I do that, I just want to give my thoughts on Daniel Dubois versus Oleksandr Usyk. Now, everybody pretty much knows we have a power puncher versus a slick boxer, a very smart, crafty boxer. So, more than likely, most people feel that Daniel Dubois, pretty much they feel like, the fight for Daniel to win, it's going to be pressure. And, let me speak for myself because, you know, you can have a game plan, you can execute, and that's what you have to do. Your opponent also may be executing their thing. So it, can come down to several different things. Who has the most heart, who can take the most punishment, who can avoid the most punishment, who can sustain, you know, um, you know, uh, 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 their discipline throughout, the entire fight. Whatever. It could be a lot of different things. But all that being said, I feel like for Daniel Dubois, for him to win this fight, I don't see him outboxing Usyk. I feel like he's gonna have to pressure Usyk and make Usyk uncomfortable, which means he's gonna have to put himself in a line of fire. I don't mean stand there and fight stupidly, but I mean he's gonna have to close the distance and not allow him to do what he needs to do. Now, I think what's being underestimated is people think Usyk is afraid to trade if he needs to. Usyk has been a smart fighter, and yeah, Dubois said it right when he said, "Do what Anthony Joshua couldn't do." What he didn't do. Yeah, don't stand and try to outbox Usyk. You got to go after him. Now, we'll just see what happens. I don't like to say what's going to happen if a fighter does this and that because, I mean, yeah, you look at what the obvious is, and it might work. Like, let's say he goes there carelessly, and you know, but this is what I truly think. I think if he does go in there carelessly and just decide I'm not going to respect Usyk to where I'm just going to just go for the knockout, just throwing a bunch of crazy wild shots, he's probably more than likely going to get counted. And I think what people understand, accuracy. You don't have to be the biggest banger, but you can basically catch a guy coming in, and off of his own momentum, there's more impact on that shot. I feel like it's going to be pressure from Dubois. For him to win, it's going to be pressure, and Usyk is going to have to do what he does. And he doesn't have to. He does. Well, first off, I heard people say he's going to have to be on his bike all night. No, he needs to give him angles, work his jab, throw off of those angles, go to his body. Don't be there for the receipt, and also constantly offset Dubois. Dubois has that, that little. He kind of reminds me of Shane Mosley. How he's standing, he hops up and down. He's trying so anxious to get that one shot that he just comes straight in, straight in. He's not working his way in. Okay, and those are the things that he can get capitalized on. And it could look a lot like Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, where he's trying to get in, but he just can't. He can't close the distance. He's trying to get close, and when he does get close, every shot is to take your head off. And I believe that because we're like, when you say not to try to, it's not, look, don't try to stand there and fight to Usyk's strengths. That does not mean every punch you throw has to be, a home run shot. That does not mean going there and fight like a wild man. But it does mean pressure, close that distance, and make him brawl. Make him fight the best way you can. Because at the end of the day, Daniel Dubois doesn't have the best beard either. Okay? Let's be real. He doesn't have the best chin either. Okay? And not saying he can't take a punch, but when he gets caught clean, he doesn't have the best beard or the best reaction to when he gets caught. And people are underestimating Usyk's ability to hurt another, real. They always say a real heavyweight. Usyk can hurt these guys, okay? And he doesn't necessarily, have a devastating punch. No, But if you think that, oh, I can just walk through his shots and you go in there and, hey, if it works for you, it works for you. But it also can put you in danger because you run into something thinking this guy can't hurt me. Next thing you know, the ref is at count 7, count 8, and you still on your damn back. But I think that for Usyk, like I said, box, use that jab, keep it in his face, give him angles, offset him where he's constantly resetting. He's not comfortable about his attack, and get him to the point where he's desperate and he does start to come in trying to, throw wild shots, you know, eventually being down on the scorecards and trying to come back, trying to catch up. And the only thing I can do is try to knock this guy out. Skill for skill. It's not even close. Now, the best thing that can happen to Daniel Dubois in terms of giving him a better chance at beating Usyk is if this happens to be the fight where Father Time starts to tap Usyk on the shoulder like, hey, your legs are a little weak now. You're a little slow on your feet now. Your reflexes aren't what they was. You know, we don't know, but we'll see. But basically, I don't see Dubois winning this fight without a knockout. Now, we'll see what happens. I think Usyk, and that's one of the differences. Usyk doesn't have to knock him out to win. He can beat him off points. But, and I'm saying this too, because I'm hearing a lot of people, the people that are saying Dubois is going to win, they're quoting everything that Frank Warren says, and they're saying, Dubois hits harder than Joshua, he hits harder than Wilder. People just don't know. They sleep on his power. It's like, listen, you're focusing on power, but if you can't land the shots that you need, you can't get the shot there. Also, when you don't have the best beard yourself, you still are at risk. And people keep talking about size. Look, there's a 12-pound difference between these two. That's it. And Usyk, he knows that pretty much the majority of these big heavyweights, these punchers, he knows these guys can punch it. So he's used to that. For Dubois, I guess Dubois wants to be faster. I guess he wants to be, we'll see. I can't say what their game plan is aside from pressure. What is he going to do technically to try to, get an advantage over Usyk? I don't know. Dubois never showed me that he's that kind of fighter. He's not that type of thinker. He's not that type of, he's not a boxer, man. He's a puncher. He's not even a boxer puncher. He's just a banger, man. That's it. He's a puncher. So why try to fight outside of your element? And to be honest with you, that last fight that he had, I don't know what went wrong. I mean, it could have just been one of those equilibrium shots. That's what I believe may have happened to him. It was one of those equilibrium shots, and he just never recovered from it fully. Because even when he got the knockout, I remember he was throwing shots, and that guy caught him with a shot, and Dubois caught him, stopped him in his tracks, and the guy didn't follow up with anything. And Dubois was smart by he just kept punching, but Dubois, I always liked him as a fighter, as a banger, as a puncher. But to be honest with you, since the Joe Joyce fight, we haven't seen him fight another top guy until now. So we don't really know in terms of his improvements. I'm not going to hold what happened to him in that last fight like he can't come back better than what he was last time. But just saying, he's never showed me that he has like a really high ring IQ. Dubois just goes for knockouts. So this is going to be a fight where he's going to have to do something different. I don't know, y'all. There's something about when I go outside, something stupid happens. So anyway, yeah. Anyway, in short, man, I just want to say that I hope is a good fight. People not making a lot of noise about it because I believe people just feel like Usyk is going to blow through him, and that it was just the fact that Dubois happened to be the mandatory. I hope it's a good fight. Whatever, however it go, it is what it is. What happens after that, we'll just have to wait one step at a time. Right now, you know what's going on in the heavyweight division, and I mean just in boxing in general. But the heavyweight division is like, what's next? We don't know. So before we start counting, looking at past this fight, let's just see what we get. Like I said, win, lose, or draw, may the best man win. And of course, Usyk is the favorite, and with good reason. So Dubois has a chance to prove himself right now, and pretty much we're just gonna have to see what happens. Tell me what y'all think in the comment section. Who wins this fight and how? Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people. And I will catch y'all on the next video.